Commiserations to Erik ten Hag and Manchester United fans all over the world, and congratulations to Liverpool for signing Cody Gakpo, because to me he's really an exciting talent and one of those that is really going to be one of the best in the world. Though the board of United is insinuating that they never really got convinced with his levels of performance. That's another story for another day. I think I'm going to do it tomorrow, but today I'm here to broadcast you a story about United losing Cody Gakpo to Liverpool. Confirmed, done and sealed by PSV. Obviously, the sporting director, the club itself, has put out a tweet that confirmed this deal is done and dusted. This shows you the incompetence at Manchester United. However much the Glazers are on their way out, they've gone ahead to show to it us that they don't care about this club. They don't love this club, because if they cared about this club, at least before they bargain close to £7 billion of profit, because they bought this club on debt, they would have spared close to £100 million and brought in close to 2-3 signings for the manager, Erik ten Hag, on a fee of £37 million. They couldn't sign Cody Gakpo and they let him go to our rival Liverpool. That is really shaming. It's really shaming and very annoying. That's why I've said commiserations to United fans and Erik ten Hag, because Erik ten Hag loved this boy. He was chasing for him since the summer. Personal terms had agreed. They were not an option, and I believe it's the board that really gave green light for this deal to be really handed over to Liverpool, because they had to go in and confirm to ten Hag that they're willing to make the bid, but Erik ten Hag to confirm to his management that the board is not willing to go in and pay £37 million for Cody Gakpo. Rokan David is my name. How are you guys, and where are you watching us from? Smash the like button, comment and share. It's a sad day for United, but we have been watching United for so long. We are used to this, because the board is really insane. They are not good at doing their job, because Ronaldo left. After Ronaldo left, he made his interview on the 13th of November. So 13th of November to 13th of December, those are how many days? 30 days. Now today is 27. Those are 14 days. Those are 6 weeks. 6 weeks, knowing that you don't have a striker and need a replacement of a striker, and you let Cody Gakpo go, a cheaper option that the manager wanted since the summer, and you guys have failed to go on and get that deal done. What the hell are you still doing at the club? Why don't you sell the club now, such that we get in new buyers that are really going to come in and really finance or inject some good amount of money in January? All right, let's admit Cody Gakpo is gone, but are we going to miss out on João Felix too? That's the big question, but let me show you how it really started. It started this evening. It started in the evening when Fabrizio Romano went ahead to put out a tweet that Liverpool in advance talks to sign Cody Gakpo. Official bid has been submitted for £37 million guaranteed fees plus add-ons. Liverpool negotiations are in the process, as called by Paul Joyce. Manchester United had green light on the player's side, but no decision on bid to PSV. So having a green light on the player's side is nothing, because you've had it since the summer. Cody Gakpo wanted to join Manchester United. He came out in the news and lamented that he felt bad for not joining United. We had all the time to go on and negotiate with PSV, but guess what happened? United didn't go ahead to approach PSV and really make a bid, meaning that the board turned this down because personal terms were not an issue. They had been agreed long time ago in the last week of August, and now what they needed to do was to go on and approach PSV, but obviously the board didn't approve this for Erik ten Hag, and obviously they never backed our manager, and this is why it's annoying at Manchester United. I believe the new owners coming through and they sweep that entire board and they get in new competent people that have been at big clubs and know how big clubs behave. The way we are behaving is like an Everton submitting into our rival Liverpool. That can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. If it was not because of money for Ronaldo he was going to bring in at Manchester United, trust me, the board wouldn't have approved his signing from Juventus to Manchester United, because they knew they were going to make shirt sales, and made close to 2 million shirt sales on his return at Manchester United. That's the reason as to why they went ahead to approve that deal. But for Cody Gakpo, they say we are going to spend £37 million. The sales are not going to get back. That's the mindset of this club. That's why Louis van Gaal said United is ran as a brand, not as a footballing club. Very much shaming, very much annoying for a club that used to be huge and getting such players. We are failing to get players. It's not the first time we are being hammerblowed by Liverpool in this transfer window. It has happened twice. First, it happened on Darwin Núñez. Darwin Núñez, United had been reported that they were in talks with Darwin Núñez. And guess what? United had a lot of connection with the man intermediating this deal. That is George Mendes, the agent Ronaldo. Now, what happened? United failed to submit that money, and they said no. Liverpool went ahead and submitted the money, and the deal happened. In the space of 2 days, the deal was done and dusted, and the boy came and did his medical, and now he's a Liverpool player. And now, in a space of just 3-4 months, Liverpool has hammerblowed us twice on good players that Ten Hag was really wanting, because Ten Hag wanted his #1 centre-forward option to be Darwin Núñez, and he went to Liverpool. The second option, Cody Gakpo, has also gone to Liverpool, and Liverpool is really strengthening to see to it that they compete for the league and the Champions League, because they know they have a huge heck of a job to knock out Real Madrid at the round of 16, and they know they need money from the Champions League to see to it that they sign Jude Bellingham. If they don't win the Champions League, or be in the Champions League, they are not going to be able to sign Jude Bellingham, because financially they won't be in a particular position, a perfect position to stand in the signing of that player. So that is really something that is really alarming to very many people at Manchester United, and the board needs to look themselves through. Are they going to perfect this and resolve it and make it erect again? I don't know. It's God who knows. And then later, Fabrizio Romano went ahead to inform us that Cody Gakpo to Liverpool, here we go. The deal has been signed between the two clubs. Cody Gakpo will travel to England the next days to undergo medical tests and then sign the contract. This was the last nail in the coffin, because for him, when he announces, that means it's real. It's real. He does not look for likes, he doesn't look for what. When he announces, just know it's always real. And it was real that the lad had signed for a club known as Liverpool. That is Cody Gakpo. And obviously went in through and did the needful and let us know. So after the here we go, then more confirmations came in through from Ajax, and then Fabrizio Romano told us that Liverpool have signed Cody Gakpo from PSV. The deal has been signed tonight between clubs. Liverpool FC. Gakpo will sign long-term contract later this week, as contract is fully agreed to. Liverpool will pay £37 million plus add-ons, up to £50 million potential package. Now, look at this figure. Look at this figure. United was being told to pay £45 million up front, plus £5 million of add-ons. And the club of Ajax came out and portrayed it out very clearly that any club that is going to come in for Cody Gakpo must come in with a bid that has a lion's share of the initial fee. Liverpool have gone in through. They've negotiated a deal of £37 million and £13 million of add-ons. That is a deal that United could have negotiated down. £37 million, those are peanuts. Those are peanuts, but because we are trash at negotiating deals, we couldn't negotiate a deal like this. What the hell is Joe Mata still doing at the club? If at all there is a person who is going to buy United and is watching this video, please do us a favor. Get these people out. Richard Arnold out. John Mata out. The negotiators out. Let's bring in competent people that are going to help us do these deals. Look at the teams you're competing with. Chelsea has already signed Didi Nkunku to come in the summer. Secondly, which other? They've brought in Fofana, and they are going in for Badeshil, a defender that is being linked to Manchester United. They are going for Badeshil, and obviously Badeshil deal is going to be done by tomorrow or Wednesday. It's going to be done and dusted. Liverpool have gone in for Cody Gakpo, but remember, the reason why they've gone for Cody Gakpo is they're having two players they expect to return in March. That is Diego Jota and Luis Diaz. Now, that means Liverpool is going to be a totally different team in March. That's it. The firepower up front has been really multiplied by 2 or 3 or 4 because more voltage has been added onto what they're having. Guys, Glazer's a joke. The earlier they leave, the earlier we recover. The longer they take to leave, the longer we suffer. That's it. That's it. And Whitwell said it in the morning that United are really looking in for a more experienced striker. That shows you that they're going in for Memphis Depay. It's a Memphis Depay for United. Can they go for João Felix? Because they'll say for Memphis Depay, it's £2 million. You get him to your club. For João Felix, it's £8 million, and he's having a very huge salary. Yet for Memphis Depay, it's going to be a permanent signing. For João Felix, it's going to be a temporary signing with no option to buy. And if you're to buy him, it's expensive. Why should we go in for him? That's what United is into. You see, those permutations that are really affecting the club should be put to an end. And how do we put them to an end? Get these Glazers out, and let's get in a person who really has huge money bags with him to go in and inject in this club, because we are fed up of humiliation. We are fed up of not backing managers. We are fed up of being turned into a laughing stock by our opponents. This is something that we shouldn't be accepting to be happening at Manchester United. I made this way back when Sir Alex Ferguson was here. These transfers happened in through Chelsea came in and really busted out of deals, but we remain a big team and we remain into competition, and we went ahead to inject in money and got in the right players. But this guy, Erik ten Hag, has just come in the job, and you don't want to back him. Moreover, he has just lost a striker, Ronaldo, and you're not giving him a striker he wants. Yet he even wanted one more striker when Ronaldo was here, and you've never really gone ahead to provide one. When Ronaldo has left, a vacuum of two is left, and now you've not even got in for a cheaper one. Now that means, who are you going to go in for? Who are you going to go in for? Let me not lose my temper. Let me not lose my temper. All right? Fabrizio went in through and said, PSV director Marcel Brands, he said, we are not going to mail any announcements or make any announcements about that transfer Gakpo fee for Cody Gakpo deal, but it's around a transfer for, it's a record transfer for PSV. Expectation for Liverpool to pay £37 million guaranteed fee plus £13 million of add-ons, done, signed and sealed. So the moment the director comes in through and really makes a statement, that means it's done and dusted. And obviously, the last nail that confirmed this, if at all you were doubting Thomas, it came in from PSV. Its Twitter handle, they put up the following: PSV and Liverpool have reached an agreement on the proposed transfer of Cody Gakpo. The 23-year-old attacker will leave for England imminently, where he will be subjected to the necessary formalities ahead of the completion of the transfer. United are really lame. They are really lame. They are blind. They are just a nuisance. Because you can't tell me right now that we are missing out on Cody Gakpo. You get? We are annihilating every plan of Erik ten Hag that he's making. You get? So, it's really saddening. It's really hurting. But let's wait and see what next for the club. Because the only options that I believe we can go for that cheap, João Felix and Memphis Depay. Who else is available? I don't see anyone available for the club to see to it that we sign him as a new player to come in and really act as a centre forward for Manchester United. And more likely, we are going to get Memphis Depay. We are going to get Memphis Depay. Arsenal is in advanced talks with Atletico Madrid. And I believe João Felix will have to go on and play for Arsenal, because Arsenal today has just won its game 3-1 without Gabriel Jesus, and he knows that when I go to Arsenal, I'm going to get into the team directly to play for the team and lead the line. Meaning, he would also be part of the historic making team of Arsenal that has won the Premier League again. Because Arsenal, if they bring in João Felix, if they bring in Mokalo Modric because the bid has been submitted in, guys, we are done. We are done. How are you going to compete with the likes of Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City? You get? Because Premier League is really crucial for us. Sorry, the Champions League is really crucial for us this season. We have to play in the Champions League. We have to play in the Champions League if we are to go on and really enlighten our chances to go on and attract more players to come to our club. Because if at all we made such signings when we are out of the Champions League, that means we are going to make more. That means we are going to make more signings that are really world class if at all in the Champions League. And Champions League means more money. More money means getting more signings. That's why Liverpool are fighting hard to get in Cody Gakpo and very many other like the Amrabats. They want to get them to the club because they want to knock out Real Madrid. They know that if you knock out Real Madrid and you progress, you're going to get in more money. Let me see, how much was Liverpool given? Liverpool prize money. Prize money in the Champions League of 2022. Sawyer says Liverpool suffered Champions League final to Real Madrid but made more than £100 million from this season's competition. You see, £100 million from the season's competition where they were beaten by Real Madrid. That is how much Liverpool made. So it shows you that when in the Champions League, you are going to make £100 million plus on the. You add that to that, you're going to make the Champions League, and obviously you're going to be in a better position to compete. Then the competition for the Champions League places in the Premier League is really stiff. Man City, Arsenal, Newcastle, Tottenham Hotspur, Chelsea, Manchester United, meaning that we are having 6 teams that are competing for 4 positions. 2 teams have to be out of the 4 spots. Liverpool don't want to be in those teams that are going to be out. They've made a statement. It is a sounding statement. It's a hammer blow to Manchester United. Erik ten Hag let down by the board. What are your thoughts about United losing Cody Gakpo to Liverpool? May the Lord bless you abundantly. Rokan David is my name. A sign out for now. See you tomorrow as we really tell you what the media team of United has put out as far as Cody Gakpo is concerned. That is very much shaming. A player that United doesn't want and doesn't suit them as the board, Liverpool wants the player. And of the 2 teams who has been having a very good signing ground hitting percentage, it's Liverpool, not Manchester United. Not so. That's what we're going to dissect tomorrow. Good night. I'm out.